Lee, so can you tell me a little bit about DPMC? How did it start and when did it start?
So DPMC, Albany Printers was, when I was growing up, my father owned the printing since like 1970s. He bought the company, it had already been traded for about 10 years. And then after that, about 5 years ago, he was running it as just a printing services. And I was always working around there as a child, at the weekends. And learned a lot of the terminologies. Well, actually, through the summer holidays, my dad would have me loading all the machines, paper in the machines, basically, and learning a bit about the sector. It was always his idea that one day I would work there. But at the time, I had not that huge interest in printing, and I just wanted to go to college and stuff. Then, in 2010, October, my dad was saying, come join the company. But I had already been working in education and found this, and it was one of my passions effectively of working with schools, and I'd been doing distribution, shipping the packages around, and so then we come up with an idea to start printing, storing and sending out basically for a number of schools, and over the last 4 years we've signed 511 institutions all over the world.
You said that you joined in 2010, so what is your current role at DPMC? What do you do? What are you responsible for?
I started off just doing the sales and marketing, and my dad was still very much part of the company. As he's over the last few years, my position has changed, and I'm running a lot of the back end of the business now. And we now have a sales director called Jay. He looks after the whole sales team. Over the last few years, we've now taken on like 7 salespeople around the world. We have 2 people in Canada, Robin and another, and we now have Dan in the United States and Megan. So yeah, the team, something we're very proud of is our team, and we've grown a very successful one around the world. So, but now I still get involved in the events and still speak to all the clients and travel, but really it's more dealing with the growth of the business and coming up with plans. And plan Bs basically. We've had to move warehouses 3 times over the last 4 years because of space and growth. So there's a lot of planning that goes into what we're doing with the way the business is growing.
So that sounds like a really big job. But in your opinion, what are your main strengths, obviously within the capacity of your role in the company?
I would say a planning of a marketing budget. I think that's something that is one of my core strengths, and it's something that I'm instilling in my team. To let's find out what people require, how they want to deliver that, how they're spending their money. Is there a better way of spending your marketing budget? Whether that's printing less brochures or more, or going for direct into certain markets, and this is where we should be. Basically attacking and going after. This is, where are we wasting money, and where can we use that money to maybe increase the quality of our brochures, give better quality of product in front of agents. When I started DPMC, all these schools were just posting this material. Now we deliver it by courier and give a signed for service at a cheaper price than post. That was what my idea was. And now I feel like most schools have saved up to 40-50%. Of their budget. Some of them don't want to save that money. They're like, let's spend that money, but let's spend it on making something much better, right? So, and I think that's what is one of my core strengths, and obviously dealing with growth, problem solving, but I think that what the skills I have is what I look for when we recruit new salespeople and new business development people.
So it's a very dynamic role in a very dynamic company. Would you say that this reflects the language travel industry in general? I mean, is DPMC evolving in a way that reflects the growth of the industry?
100%. 100%. I like to think that the team that we've recruited are all part of education. They understand what people's requirements are. We have teams that have been at huge corporations like ISEF, like BCCIE. They're huge organisations which have a massive effect on international education as a whole. BCCIE, they look after all the British Columbian educators. Robin, she came from that. She understands what people's problems was, and that's what we're here for. Tell us your problems, and we'll try and figure out a solution. And I think that the whole team is a very dynamic and forward-thinking business at DPMC, and that's what I strive for.
Okay, so we've talked about DPMC, how it started, where it is at the moment. Where is it going? where do you see DPMC in the next, say, 5 years?
DPMC in 5 years' time. We're looking at having people in nearly every region in the world. That's definitely a target for us. You know, we want to have people in country looking after our clients. We want people to, you know, pop in, have a coffee, make sure that everything's okay, see if we can be more in demand, and we're getting in that direction right now. So the target is in 5 years we'll have people in every region in the world, and we'll be traveling we'll be at every educational conference, supporting our clients around the world, ensuring that everything goes right. But the idea is the growth of DPMC has grown. Even last year was by 48% of growth against the previous year. So we're not anticipating having them figures stay over an ongoing period, because it becomes more challenging. But I'd like to be 5 times the size of where we are today in 5 years' time. With that, realistically, we're saying twice the size, great team of network. It's all about the network and customer service for us. We want to have people on the ground to be able to support our clients.
So from our end, we'll wish you the very best of luck, and obviously we'll be there to report every step of the way.
Thank you very much for your support.